Hello guys, it's J Rhymes. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but here we are. Just like you are you, I am me, and just like I am me, you are you. If you don't know me, now you do. We only serve the Most High on this channel. Right now I'm at work, and I have a message for you. So right now we're in Mercury Retrograde, or we're about to be in Mercury Retrograde, and this is a time where people are going to try to come back into your life. It's a test though, so be mindful of that. Be mindful of what you want in your life. You know what I mean? Because this is a sensitive time where people are going to be scrambled. They're not going to really know which direction to go. They're going to think that the people coming back into their lives are the people that that need to be in their lives. And you know how, like, they say the saying of, if somebody comes back into my life, then it's meant to be. That's not really the case with this Mercury retrograde, and I'm just going to let you know that it's a test to see if you really are going to stand 10 toes for yourself, or you're going to go back to old patterns or fall back into old patterns. So be wary of that. We get caught up in this energetic field of, especially nowadays, everything is I'm spiritually woke and I'm awakened, but a lot of people don't even know what that means. Spiritual energy is very tricky to understand, just like physicality is very hard to understand, why we're here, why, like, what we're doing here, our purpose and all that. But when it comes down to certain things that happen in life, it's a test to see if you are grounded enough to move forward, or you want to stay bounded to things that no longer serve you. This Mercury retrograde is going to mess with your emotions and going to mess with your communication skills. So you might be stuttering a lot, you might be lost, you might be a little confused about what you're saying. That's totally normal. But just know that if you don't want to stay in, the patterns and fall back into old patterns, just realize it and be more aware. Because, we just had our full moon, and the full moon is very crucial. It also messes with your emotions because the moon is, emotion based. And so it enlightens you on the things you need to work on, and the things that, like I said, no longer serve you. And this is the time to really focus on yourself. We're about to go into 2025. I mean 2026. I'm already done with 2025, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. But we're about to go into 2026, and this is a 10-year hiatus for most people. This is a decade right now. You know what I mean? For me, I'm only 23, so when 10 years ago I was just starting high school. 2026 is just crazy to me to even think about it. Like, honestly, like, it's already been 10 years. And I was just talking about this with my friends. Like, it was 10 years ago that it was just 2016. And 2016 I started high school, and 10 years flies by. You know what I mean? So just know that we are in a special time right now. A lot of things are changing. Like I said, the government is changed, shut down. But like I said in my other videos, don't shut yourself down from the world. You know what I mean? That's what they want from you. They want you to feel fear. They want you to be bounded by all these things. But this is what the Mercury retrograde is for, to see if you're really willing to fight for the things you want and want better for yourself, or if you're willing to stay in the same spot and repeat the same cycle over and over again. This is not the time to repeat these cycles all over again, because you might not be able to get out as easily as you once did. You know what I mean? Everything is happening in divine time, but you also have to realize when enough is enough. Like, you have to realize when your time is coming to an end. And I always say to myself, like, you think to yourself at one point or another that things are going to be different, and you are striving for to be better always. But sometimes you fall back into loops, and you're like, why am I falling back into these loops? This is the time to really put awareness to the things you want and how you want it to be. We only have so much control, but the things that we do have control over, you can take into your own hands and really make your life better. You know what I mean? Or fall back into think you're less worthy, or thinking that, something is wrong with you, or, just believing the hype. This is not the time to be a follower. It's time to be a leader. So just stand up on your 2 feet and, do what you got to do. Sorry if I was rambling. There was a guy that was throwing a rock, and I honestly did not care for it. So I was kind of like walking away from the situation. But yeah, a lot of people are going to be acting crazy because of the emotions that they're feeling. They don't understand it. They're going to be confused. So just watch what you're doing. Be careful of your surroundings and where you're at. Try not to get into drama. Everybody's going to be, getting into drama because, a lot of people are either going to be leaving your life or coming towards you. So just be mindful, That's all I got to say. But, yeah, my name is J Rhymes. If you want more videos, let me know. And, yeah.